Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a New Year's Eve glam makeup look using this new product from Essence, and this is the Metal Shock eyeshadow, which I think is a total dupe for the Stila Magnificent eyeshadow. And this bad boy only costs $8 and I purchased it from Farmers. So if you want to see the makeup look, please keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to prime my face. Obviously, since it's New Year's Eve, I wanted to have a flawless face. So to fill in my pores, I'm going to use this Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer, which is my absolute favorite primer besides the Hourglass Mineral Veil. And for foundation today, I wanted to have somewhat a glowy, long-lasting base. So I'm going to use my Mecca Lifeproof foundation, and this is obviously too dark for me. This is in the shade Caramel. I am going to mix it with the LA Girl White foundation just to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to use a brush to get that full coverage. And to soften up a little bit the coverage, I am going to use my beauty blender and just pounce that onto the skin. For concealer today, I am going to use this Mecca Lifeproof concealer as well in the shade Sand to brighten up the under eye and conceal the dark circles. To set the face, I am going to use my trusty Coty Airspun loose face powder. And to set underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I will mix this banana shade and this sort of like beigey shade. To contour, I am going to use the same palette and use the middle shade right there. And for blush, I am going to use this NARS Dual Intensity blush in the shade Frenzy, and I'm going to use this shade right here. And for highlight, same powder, and I'm going to use this golden shade right there. And to clean out a little bit, I'm just gonna go and use the excess from the brush we used to set underneath the eyes. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I am going to use my trusty The Balm Meat Matte Eyeshadow Palette, and I am going to use this shade right here, which is called Matte Sing, as my transition shade. To deepen the transition a little bit, I am going to use Matte Garcia, which is this one right here, and focus that on the outer V and the crease. To further define the crease, I am going to use this shade right here called Matte Wood. So it's just like a dark cool tone brown with a gray undertone. And I'm going back to Matte Garcia, which is this one right here, and blend that. And then go back to the transition shade and blend the top bit further. And for lower lash line, I'm going to just use the Matte Garcia shade, which is this one right here. And then add a little bit of Matte Wood on the outer perimeters of the lower lash line. So just right here. And I am actually going to carve out my lids a little bit just to have that negative space. So I'm going to use the Matte Lombardi just so I know where to put the glitter or shimmer. For the fun part, I'm going to use this Essence Metal Shock, and this one is in the shade Galaxy Rocks, and oh my goodness, this is the prettiest I've ever seen. Kind of like a gunmetal, and it has like a purple slash gray slash blue hints to it. It's just phenomenal, and I feel like this is very appropriate for New Year's Eve. So what I'm going to do is to actually put a little bit on the back of my hand and use a brush. Now I could use the applicator that it comes with, but I wanted to apply it very precisely on my lid. Oh my gosh. How pretty is that? I'll actually try and use the applicator. It's even better. The trick with this one, since it's sort of like a metallic liquid eyeshadow, you have to let it dry first before you fiddle with it, because otherwise you'll have a build-up and it's just not gonna turn fine. So take your time when applying these kinds of eyeshadows. That is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is to take this eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay, and this is the Naked 2, and to blend the edges, I'm going to use the shade Verb. And then I'm going to use the shade Pistol, which is that silver shade right there, and use that to blend the outer perimeter. And then I'm going to use Matte Wood again and the Balm palette just to deepen the outer corner and blend that all out. And go back to Matte Garcia. And to highlight my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Verb again on this Urban Decay Naked 2 palette and mix that with the shade Suspect. And I'm going to use the shade Suspect again to put that on the lower lash line so it's not very matte. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. And to highlight my brow bone, I am going to use the shade Foxy from the Urban Decay. And then blend everything. And typically you would want to wear false lashes, but personally I'm not really a false lashes wearer, so I'm going to tightline and then apply my mascara and then come back to apply the lips. I kind of wanted to just have a glossy lips, so what I'm going to do is to line my lips with this Essence Nude Lip Liner in the shade In the Nude. For the actual lips, I'm going to use this Napoleon Perdis Cotton Lip Balm in the shade Secret, and this is just a nice brown nude, which will help hydrate my lips and also create that glossy lips. I want a little bit of intense highlight, so I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Mean Money and Hustla Baby. So this is like the kind of like golden shade, so I'm going to use the shade Hustla Baby, which has like a gold iridescent to it. Last but not least, I am going to spritz my face with the Skindinavia makeup finishing spray to keep everything in place. And here is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. And have a great 2018. Thank you so much for your support for this year and looking forward to see you next year. Bye!